whoever the hell is up. Put this right here. All right, guys, this is the first live stream. I finally got the access to do it. Reached the subscriber amount to just go live wherever, and we just gonna see how I go. All right. Right now, it is 5:34 down here in Houston, Texas. I'm up, the dog's up, and we are up. Oh, let's talk about this money. All right. So I'm assuming most of y'all are here for the process operations side of my channel. Maybe you hear from the moving to Houston, or you from the health and fitness side. Wherever you from, we're gonna talk about this money real quick. All right, guys, you gotta get you some money out here, especially if you live in the US. Okay, I know online y'all see a lot of shit by people talking about, yeah, you can get this fast and make this amount of money this quickly, 90 days, 60 days, whatever the fuck. Guys, you gotta work for the money that you want to make. Me as a process operator, it's a good job, but oh, what's going on, Bobby? Let's see, vacation, it was cool, it was nice. Let's see, second week of apprenticeship for process op. Nice, that's good. It's good. Glad you made it to the second week, man. You got many weeks to go. Shout out to you, Bobby. You're a really good supporter, man. You've been here pretty much since the channel started. You always leave a comment, always like. I appreciate you, man. If you ever decide to come down here to Houston, Texas, just let me know. What's going on? What's up, brother? Prince Kadash. Hopefully I'm saying that right. League City. Oh yeah. I wasn't here. So I just got back from Mississippi, man. I had a family reunion back in Mississippi, and I got back late last night. Yep. But back to the money thing. Guys, you have to work for the money, okay? Nobody's gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Let's see, the plant is so low on manpower. They're working 12 and 2 schedule. Ooh, wee. Yeah, y'all on some type of shutdown schedule right now. Yeah, that's pretty low. Yep. I know, senior store. Okay, yeah, cool. Prince, are you still in this area? Are you still in Houston? And then you got turnaround coming in spring. Nice. Yeah, man, that schedule, that 12 and 2 or 14 and 1, that schedule is hectic. Don't get me wrong, it's hectic. But when you see that check after 2 weeks, you'll be like, all right, it was worth all the beatings. It was worth it. You pick your head up, you see that comma on that thing, and you're like, all right, we can do it again. Got a little motivation to kind of push me through. But yeah. Guys, you got to earn the money. You got to go get it. You have to actually work. And I think nowadays, a lot of people really don't want to work for real. Let's see. Yeah, they showed us like 12K a check. Woo, there you go. That's nice. And then Prince, you left yesterday. Okay, next time you come through, yeah, just let me know. Yeah, just give me a call. But I got to head out. Have a blessed day. All right, Bobby, you have a good day too, man. If you're at work, stay safe and, get that money. But yep, a lot of people, man, they don't want to work. They do not want to work nowadays. And, I hate to tell you, the reality is you're going to have to work to make the money, especially talking about 6 figures or more. It don't matter what you do, whether it's online, in person. You're going to have to put some time in. You got to put some hours in. And you're going to have to get it, man. It's going to have to be a week. Every week, you're going to have to put some hours in to get to the money. All right? And that's why on my channel, I tell you, look, this is what I did to get to it. You know, I go to work, it's a blue collar job. Hey, it's a technical job. You guaranteed to make the money. Yes, you will work. You know, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be days where it suck, man. I don't like going to work when it rain or when it's cold or when it's super hot and all that. But I do it anyway because I have to do it, you know. And then the payout is nice. You know, you're able to do a lot of stuff. Man, y'all look behind me, man. You know, I ain't trying to brag nothing, but I'm able to live in this house because I work a lot. You know, I put the hours in. I'm actually going out to earn the income. You know, I ain't sitting here just talking about it. You know, and I want the same thing for y'all. You know, if you're interested in doing what I do, that's why I talk about it on my channel. Also, too, guys, with the health and fitness thing, man, Prince is a Prince Kadash is a perfect example of what hard work can do for you, man. If you go to his channel, check out his physique, man. This man's working, man. He working out at least at minimum 5 days a week, at minimum. But his body shows it, man. He probably working out 6 days a week or 7. Hell, every time I see him, he in the gym or coming out of the gym. So all this stuff, guys, that you want, you're gonna have to work for it. And I know it sound, and nobody wants to hear that, but that's just the truth. And that's what we're gonna over here. I'm gonna keep it real with you at all times. I'm gonna try my best to. So, hey, you know, I hope that this message resonate with somebody out there. You know, whether it's right now, tomorrow, next week, next year, whenever this video's up, you watch this and you say, okay, you know what? I ain't been working. I ain't been getting my shit together. Let's see. Hey, Wells, from already in the hiring process, how do you know if I'm able to call a hiring manager? Okay, let me see something real quick. I'm able to hire manager, HR rep, check my status. If I already got a contract. Okay, Charles, far as contacting the hiring manager, now I personally wouldn't do that. They have a certain process that they have to follow. So let's just say you just did your interview. I'm just assuming you did your interview and they are hiring 15 people and you're one of the 15. So what they have to do then at the next, after the interviews go by, they have to individually background check each person. So when they do these background checks, I don't know how far they go back. Some go back 10 years, some go back 5 years. But when they do these background checks, they're actually, they're calling people, like people going back from, you know, school teachers to your family members to anybody, a lot of people that are mainly, that has been in contact with you over these years to see what type of person you are. Also, they pulling all kind of other stuff. See if you got any criminal records or what else? Little minor stuff, traffic violations, all of that. So I wouldn't contact them because they have a process that they have to go through, and what you don't want to do is come across as a like a nuisance or something, like you're bothering them. Okay, let's see. What'd you say? Let me go back. Oh, let me get back up in there. He said, brother, I was just thinking about branching out. I'm in a small town, not a lot of opportunity here. I'm doing the best I can. Those bigger cities motivate me because I have so much potential in a town. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's exactly true, man. Like where I'm from, I had did the same thing. So I actually left Mississippi, man, and moved out here to Texas. I was by myself, and I went from a town of about 14,000 to, Houston, which is like millions of people. And, they had opportunities out here. And I got into the oil and gas industry. And from that, man, it changed my life, At first, it was a little hard, because, I ain't know nobody. And I'm in the city working and stuff. But I would say probably like 6 months in, man. After about 6 months, I met a few people. A guy I hired in with, named Tebow, man. He took me under his wing and kind of showed me a little bit of the city. And from there, I was able to kind of get up on my own and kind of move around a little bit, and everything changed. So yeah, you come out here, it's definitely a lot of opportunity. I mean, you don't even have to do oil and gas. You know, I talk about it on my channel. You don't have to do oil and gas. You can do fitness. Oh, no problem, Charles. Transfer states once you're in. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, Charles. But yeah, Prince Kadash, man. If you want to come down here, it's plenty of opportunities. You can do like I know different guys that work different jobs. You know, especially you being in shape like you are. You know, if you want to do something that your body can work for you, you can do personal training. Personal trainers do real good down here. They're making six figures. Um, you could do security. You could do stuff like bartending. I know it sounds crazy, but man, you'll get so many tips. You know, bartending in a shirt like this, you know, you got your arms and chest and shit out, and you know, you're gonna have all kind of women, you know, throwing tips your way and stuff like that. If you just wanted to work off your body alone. But if you want to do something technical, you can do what I'm doing. You can get into any type of trades. A lot of construction down here, a lot of you know, welding. The schools here have a lot of opportunity you can get into. If you want to jump into that medical field, you can do that. But for me, I would tell a guy, especially a guy like you, man, if you got a nice body, man, use your body. If you like to work out, stay in that health field if you can. Be a trainer, um, or you know, a bartender or something like that. And then you know, if you just want to get out here and just get some money, go ahead, get on the money quickly. Do something with your hands. So anything technical, anything blue collar. Now, Charles, as far as your question, transferring once you get in, yes. So that's what I did. When I graduated college, I had an internship at Chevron back where I'm from. So I interned there for 4 months. And so while I was interning, that's when I realized that there are chevrons throughout the world. You know, I didn't know that at first. So I was like, man, there's chevrons in Africa, chevrons in Texas, California. So I was putting in for these different jobs. And when I came to Texas, it was easier for them to pull all my stuff because I was already in the system for Chevron back in Pascagoula. So yeah, when you can transfer states easily once you win, especially if you're with the same company. Now with different companies, I don't know, but usually experience carries over. So like whenever I left Chevron and I came to where I'm at now at Marathon, it was easy. I already had I already had 3 years experience, and then I just came on over, and they just took my years experience plus my education, and so you can transfer like that either way. But company to company is gonna be the easiest. That's what I did. And what's going on, Muhammad? And transferring state to state after your experience is gonna be easier too. Let's see. Let me get up in this live chat. Let's see. What was your plan when you thought about relocating? How did you set it up? Okay, so Prince, so going back to college. So when I was in college, I actually applied for Chevron over in California. Awesome. Me and my wife trying to move to Texas from Cali. Okay, with Chevron. Okay, yeah, you should be able to do that. Speaking of Cali, so I had a job offer in California when I was 19. And Chevron out there in California called me and said, hey, you know, can you be on a plane in 2 weeks? And man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was scared as hell. You know, I'm 19, I was like, man, I'm in Mississippi. I ain't never been to California. And I was just scared to move. So I turned down the job, man, at 19 because I was afraid, you know. But going back to the Texas job, so my plan was, okay, I wanted to move somewhere where I can drive home. So whether that was Florida or Texas or Arkansas, so, you know, somewhere 8 hours and below. So when I was at work during my internship, my supervisor then told me, said, hey, look, we got Chevron sites out there in Texas. You know, you can apply out there. So I got on the online, the internal database that we have at work, and I applied. And then once I applied, it took about 5 months for me to get to Chevron here in Houston. But what I did was, my plan was, okay, first I had to get a reliable set of wheels. So that was the first thing. Back in Mississippi, I had a truck. I had a Dodge Dakota. It was an older truck, which was cool, but I knew I couldn't hit the highways like that. So I got a reliable set of wheels first. This allowed me to drive back and forth to do all the pre-employment shit. This is testing, interviews, all that. So I bought a Chevy Cruze first. It was a fuel efficient car. It was brand new. I needed the reliable wheels. I already had a place to stay because I was staying with my mom. All right. So from that, then as I was going through the hiring process, and the day they told me, okay, hey, look, we're gonna offer you a job. All right. So from that point, I went and I started spending 4 and 5 days out here in Houston. So what I'll do, I'll come out here, I'll get a hotel for about 4 days, and it's usually during the week, so Monday through Thursday. I would come out here for 4 days. I would stay in the hotel and kind of figure out, okay, where do I want to live here? Do I want to live close to work, or do I want to live where everything's popping off, down in the city, or do I want to live on the outskirts, kind of like how it is in Mississippi, where everybody got space? So I did that about 3 times. So the first time I stayed close to work, I was like 10 minutes from work. And I was like, okay, well, I really like this. Convenience is going to be number one for me. All right, then the second time I went and stayed in the city, and I really didn't like it. I'm coming from the country to the city. It's too many fucking people, or too many people. I don't know if I cuss on this thing or not, but it was too many people. And then the third time, I was in a rural area, but it was way too far out the way for me to get up and go to work. It's like 45 minutes from where I work. So doing that, I was able to kind of find an apartment that was 10 minutes from my job. So by the time I started, I had already had an apartment that was 10 minutes from my job. I had already seen it. I spent some time out here. And then from there, like my mom, my stepdad, my family, they pretty much gave me some money. They was like, okay, look, we don't have much, but I think they gave me about 3 grand. I think it was like either $3,000 or $4,000 that they all collectively gave to me when I moved. And so when I moved, I was able to set my apartment up. My uncle came out here with me for my first week. He took off work. He came out here with me. He set my apartment up for me. He said, hey, man, look, nephew, you need this, this, this. I had all my stuff set up. He helped me set up. And then after that week, man, I just, I was rolling on into it. I went to work the following Monday and everything was cool. So I had like a support system, leaving out. But before I moved, I spent time out here, and that's what I tell people, wherever you're trying to go out there for a couple of days so you kind of get a feel for it. So you'll know, okay, man, on Monday at 5 o'clock, traffic gets real bad. But Wednesday at 5 o'clock, it's different. You need to come out here so you can experience all this stuff. Also, you need to see where you want to be. Now, for me, I live close to work. If you're a person you want to live downtown, I've met guys who I worked with that they love downtown, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of women down there. They love the scenery. They can walk around. They don't mind driving 30, 40 minutes to work or being in traffic and all that stuff. They don't care about that. They want the city lifestyle when they off work. Me, I'm a bit different. I come from, where it's quiet. My next neighbor is at least, I mean, they closer here in Texas, but back in Mississippi, man, your next neighbor is down the road, And I don't know, that's just that's how I would do it. I would let people know, look, take your time, come out here, figure out where you want to be at, test it, and then when you make the move, when you sign your lease or buy a house, whatever you want to do, I suggest you stay in an apartment too for your first year. Because you just never know. You might see a house right here, and some people jump in houses, depending on your situation. I'm coming out here, no kids, no nothing like that. But, I would say stay in an apartment because you might like another side of town than you do this side. So, now let me get back up in here. Muhammad said something, let's see. Charles, yep, you and your wife moving from Move from Cali. Yeah, that should be an easy move, especially with Chevron. I would say if you already work for Chevron, you can go ahead and contact them through the HR how you can get down here. Also, Charles, I saw that Chevron last time they put a job posting up that relocation will be considered. So that was something that wasn't available when I was applying for Chevron. So that's good. You could ask them about that, like, hey man, look, I'm moving from California. What can I get? They might write you a check for about $5,000, say, okay, come on. Or they might just move everything for you, something like that. Muhammad, I want to get a diploma in process operations. What institute or community college provide class for international students? All right, Muhammad, I don't know where you are exactly, but I would say depending on where you want to work. So I'm just gonna assume you want to work here in Texas. All right. The top schools here in Houston would be Lee College, Houston Community College, Alvin Community College, College of the Mainland. This is about 3 or 4 schools that you can contact. And then when you contact them, they might have like an online program, and or they may have like a international thing with the schools. Now I don't know that personally. You have to do your research, contact their administration office, and see how that works. Also, too, I know that if you're doing online stuff, you're gonna have to do some of your tests in person, okay, or proctor. Since the virus, since the 2020, they got it to where somebody can watch you, I guess, through a camera or some shit, you know. But I would check with the administrative office at the colleges. Um, I got an email address on my channel. Just email me, and then I can try to help you from there. If I got some links or something, I can try to find whatever I can find and send it over to you. And then from there, you can kind of contact the people. But yeah. Let's see. I appreciate the backstory, brother. I'm definitely looking to relocate Big City at least sometime next year. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can do it, man. Yeah, Prince. I mean, even if like I say, next time you're out here, just hit me up. We can talk about some more things or whatever you're trying to get into that best fit your situation. No problem, Muhammad. Anytime, man. But yeah, whatever you want to do that best fit your situation, we can kind of go over some things, and I can kind of hook you up with some people, or at least show you at least these avenues to where you can go to get down here. And you just figure out which side of town you want to be on, how far you want to be from work, or how close, and from there, like you say, you just start setting aside some money now. Something simple as, let's just say, $200 a month, which is $50 a week. If you do that now until next year, by the end of the year, you're looking at about, let's see, 200 times 10 is 2,000, plus another $2,400. So that's $2,400, which is good because that at least cover your first month rent, and you'll be able to kind of set your apartment up just off that. That ain't really hurting nothing, putting $50 to the side a week. It's just a simple, quick, way to get this plan rolling. Also, too, if you're trying to like go to school or something, you can use that same $2,400 to get into a program, get you a trade going, or go get your degree, associates, bachelor's, whatever it is you want to go do as far as education wise. You had that money already working for you. But yep, guys, like I was saying, the money thing, you're gonna have to work for it. It is what it is. What's funny is I see guys online, and they try to downplay, you know, 6 figures, $100,000. They try to downplay it, which in my mind is crazy. $100,000, guys, is a lot of damn money. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. All right. When I left Mississippi and them folks told me how much I'll be making at Chevron, and I actually saw it with my own eyes. Oh, no problem. Prince, anytime, man. I saw that money with my own eyes. I said, you know what? I'm about to go get this money. Okay. I got out here. And guys, I remember my first year working, I had made, I think I made like 80 something thousand dollars. That was so much money to me. You talking about going from making like $10 an hour to like 30 something, plus the overtime, plus these bonuses and all this other shit that come with the pay. Guys, it was life changing. I was able to do all kinds of stuff. Man, listen, I was able to start traveling. You know, growing up, I wasn't able. I got on one flight growing up. My first flight ever in life was at age 15. I know my own sister has been on flights since she was damn near 5, 6 years old. You know, obviously it's different now because it's just her in the house, but just something simple like that, guys, we couldn't do that. You know, we ain't had the money to do that. You know, and that first year making that much and able to, you know, experience a nice restaurant, guys. Most people can't do that, man. You can't sit down and go to a restaurant and your meal is about $300. You know, that feels good. I remember that. I remember that. I remember the first time I sat down at a fancy restaurant. This was what was the name of that damn restaurant? I can't even think of it right now. It was some steakhouse here in Houston. But anyway, let's see. Do they have a fire team incentive with Chevron? Charles, yes. Yes, Charles, they do have a incentive for the fire team. When I was at Chevron, man, speaking of that, man, when I was at Chevron, I experienced a small fire. It was a little oil pump we had, a recycle pump, and it had ran out of oil and the motor was running hot. So me not knowing that you know, adding oil to it, and then it had a little small leak on it too. I didn't know none of this stuff. It caught fire. It was like a little small fire. The fire was probably about this big, from this cup to about this big. And it scared the living hell out of me. So I called the fire team and everything. By the time they got the fire trucks down to my unit, one of my coworkers came over there and just put it out like it wasn't nothing, just, you know, like it was nothing. Man, they was clowning me so bad for that fire. Like every time I would come to work and clock in, they would have that song, the Ohio Player song playing at fire. Therefore, every time I would come on shift, no matter if I was on overtime or not. So my supervisor, he made me join the fire team. He said, we not having that shit no more. You ain't embarrassing the unit no more. Your ass is joining the fire team. And I was about 21 at the time, I think. Yeah, I was about 21 at the time. So I joined the fire team, and man, which I'm glad he made me join the fire team because my knowledge of handling fires and handling situations, it made me a lot better as my career progressed. But yeah, join the fire team, man. They got so many perks. I remember when I first joined the fire team, man, they gave us these credit cards with JP Morgan, $5,000 limit. We could spend $100 a day just eating. I was like, oh man, they giving us all of this. I was like, damn. Plus, whenever we went to fire training, they would pay for our room. So we had to go once a year. No, like it was like twice a year. You know, it was more than twice a year. But I know for sure once or twice a year we had to go to fire training school, which was like a week long. You'll go to these classes. They'll teach you everything from the industrial fire. You actually had to physically put out fires because you got all these little props of like if a unit caught fire, you had to put it out, and we had to work in these teams. But yeah, we had a credit card, we had $100 spending limit daily for eating. We got paid while we were out there for a week. And before I joined, they used to have Did they send you to, yeah, Texas A&M. Yeah, that's where we went. Went Texas A&M. Before I joined, they used to do the fire training in Las Vegas. So you would have to go, you 1 year, like I mean, like one training would be at Texas A&M, the other one would be at Las Vegas. But they took the Las Vegas trip away when I joined. I was like, damn. You know, I was just old enough to where I could actually experience Vegas, and I've never been there. They said, well, we don't do the training in Vegas no more. But the guys before me used to tell me, like, yeah, man, we used to go out a week in Vegas, paid, go to the fucking fire training during the day, at night, you know what I'm saying? They go out, hit the strip, and I was like, oh man. And then so it was like Monday through, I think Thursday, or Monday through, yeah, it was Monday through Thursday. Then you could stay over the weekend. I was like, you had some perks joining the fucking fire team. And then man, we had banquets. We had banquets every year. We got all kind of stuff, man, like Yeti cups, knives. We'll get different gear, stuff like Under Armour stuff, because that was one of like the, I guess, one of our partners then when I worked for Chevron. But we always got like Under Armour clothes, and like my book bag that I take to work. That's that same book bag I got when I was on the fire team. And then also too, guys, when I switched job or switched companies, having that those certifications in industrial fire and hazmat and all that shit, it helps when you go to your when you go to another company. You know, it helps with your pay, it helps with getting the job itself. So yeah, the fire team, you do get incentives for it. Now, in my current company, I'm not on the fire team. You know, all that was with when I was with Chevron. But yeah, if your company offer it, I would say do it. It will help you. You know, especially if you want to change companies one day. Definitely can use that experience and those certifications to go to the next company or change states, or whatever. You know, it helps. It helps add to your resume. Also, too, guys, coffee. Since I'm drinking it, you will get on something when you start working these jobs. I don't know whether it's coffee, damn energy drinks. You're gonna have to get something in your system to power you through. Okay, you're gonna be up early. You're gonna be up late. You know, you have to get on some coffee or something. I know at first I was like, I never drank coffee ever until I started working. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do something. I really don't like energy drinks, and shit like tea and stuff not really helping. So once I got on that coffee, man, I was ready. I mean, I was on it. You know, I was good to go. And ever since then, I just drink it. I used to load it up with sugar and all that stuff, sugar and cream and all that. But now I just drink it straight. It helps a lot. Yep. But yeah, guys. So this live thing, man, is you know, it's a little different from making the regular videos. But I see people doing it. I got the feature now, and I'm gonna try to do this as much as often, probably in the morning times while, you know, everybody's still damn sleep or getting ready for work. But I just want to say I appreciate all of you. You know, even the few people that's watching now, all the people that come to the channel, all the people that watch this video later. You know, I appreciate y'all a lot. Y'all chose to click on the channel, and then not only that, but click like or click subscribe or leave a comment or share the video. You know, you're doing something with the channel itself, and you didn't have to do it. So, you know, I want to say I appreciate all of y'all. Yep. But yeah, all you guys, or, you know, women, whoever's on here, if you've never been to Texas or you're thinking about coming here, I would say, you know, visit Texas. You know, I'm over here in Houston area. It's pretty cool down here. It's hot as hell, but you know, it's nice. You know, we got good food down here. Plenty to do. 2 airports. Plenty of nightlife. You know, if you like that. But the main thing here is the food, guys. We have thousands and thousands of restaurants, food trucks, mom and pop stuff. All right. Mr. Gardner, I don't know how to say your first name, but yeah, the recovery is coming along, guys. So this here, I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, the tricep tendon, they had to reattach it again. I am currently on I think I'm on week 10 now. So yeah, I'm on week 10. I just started my PT about 2 weeks ago, and I'll be going back to work soon. So everything is progressing. I can flex it all the way up. I can stretch it out. Now there isn't any strength in my arm right now, but that's what we'll be working on this week is the strengthening the tricep tendon. It's actually my second time tearing it. So, Charles, have you been to Rudy's Barbecue yet? No, I haven't. I gotta check it out. I see those all over. I'm gonna have to go by there. You know what? I'm gonna go there today. Fuck, I'm gonna go there today. Sometime today, I'm gonna go to Rudy's Barbecue. Check it out. See what they got. I might even make a video. It just depends. But yeah, like back to my arm. This is my second time actually tearing my tricep in the same spot. So years ago, guys, I used to play football. I played running back and kick return. Those positions I played. And man, I had a guy tackle me in practice in the end zone. So I already scored. Tackle me in practice in the end zone. And man, I landed exactly where the tendon attaches to the elbow. And it tore. Man, I was about 17 at the time. And I actually, Charles said cream on corn is like crack. All right, I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna try that, the cream on corn. But yeah, I actually toured, and man, I played about 3 more games after the initial tear, and then my arm just locked up on me to where I couldn't even move it at all. So from that point, I had surgery back then, and the way they did the surgery then was they would bring the tricep. So imagine this is the tendon. They would bring the tendon down like this, and they would screw it into the elbow. That's the old way they used to do it. And so the chances of re-tear was like 40%. So fast forward to this year, I was preparing for a bodybuilding competition. I also was working in my yard and in my backyard, and I tore it again. And so now how they do it, instead of the tendon going down and around and attaching this way, they actually drill through the elbow, pull the tendon through the elbow, and then they anchor it in that way. So now the chance of re-tear is like 3 to 5%. So hopefully this go around there's no more tears, okay? But yeah, one thing about that damn football, guys, it will bust you up. It's a fun sport to play, but it tear you up a lot. I've had all kind of injuries, broke pinkies, broke thumbs, cracked my femur, all kind of shit. Now my brothers, they played, and luckily they haven't had the injuries. Fortunate enough for them, they were able to play college football. So I got one brother that's playing college football now. So, yep, recovery's going well. It's going well. Hopefully keep progressing, and I can start putting some strength back in this thing before I go to work, so they won't clown me too bad, But yep, guys, what is today? Monday. I hope you guys have a good week this week. Monday's one of them hard days, man. It ain't easy getting up and starting the week off on Monday, especially early in the morning. I understand completely, but it's gonna be rough, guys. I got up this morning and I told myself this week I'm gonna start waking up early because I have to prep myself to get back into work mode. Man, being off during this time, going from waking up every morning at 3:30 a.m. and shit like that to sleeping in, oh man, it's been beautiful, Plus, I ain't just been sleeping regular. I've been sleeping with these pain meds and all that shit. I've been laid out, like completely laid out. Now all the pain meds and shit gone now, but now I have to like force myself. Okay, I told myself, look, I'm gonna wake up at 5 every morning this week, and then next week I'm gonna do 4:45. Then I'm gonna do 4:30, and then a week before I go back to work, I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. and then I'll be ready to get back in work mode. I'll be back to all right. I can get up 4:30, and it's nothing to me. Get up, get the day started. But yeah, guys, it's a quick morning ramble. Just hanging out with y'all this morning. I'm trying to do this if I can. Try to do it every morning if I can. But a good 30 minutes, maybe to an hour. Let's get on, answer some questions, talk a little noise. Try to inspire and encourage you guys. Thanks to you, I'm living in Houston. Got a new job, contractor and refiners, a robot, the ultra high pressure blasting tank. Oh man, thank you. I appreciate you finding the channel. And I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you are here in Houston. Um, Hopefully you enjoy it. The good thing about this city is so big. If you don't like one side of the town, hey, just move to the other side. And it'd be like a whole new city all over again. That's how it was for me, man. I used to live on the east side of town, uh, over in the over on the east end of Houston. Then now I live on the south end, so it's like a whole different city down here. Closer to the beach, close to the water. It's less traffic, at least where I live, than where I used to live. So glad you're out here. Oh, well, guys, I'm about to get up. I'm about to go ahead and hit this gym. I appreciate y'all stopping by with the live or coming through live. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully same time, bright and early. And I hope y'all have a great day. I will see y'all later. Let's see, from Mississippi too. I've been living in Houston. Oh yeah, good man. I'm glad. Yeah, see what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm gonna stay on. I was about to get off, but yeah, from Mississippi. Which part of Mississippi you from? And then let's go back. Let me look at this chat thing. Let's see. Hopefully it was Trezvant Gardner, or I'll just call you T Gardner. Which part of Mississippi you from? And then Charles, what made you want to switch companies? Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into some. No, cancel that. All right. So we can get to some real shit now. All right. What made me switch companies from Chevron to where I'm at now? Guys, when I was at Chevron, the not all of management, but my initial like supervision and all that shit, they were fucking with my schedule. Okay. Now, what I mean by fucking with my schedule. So every month you get a week off. Okay. And when I was at Chevron, we had same schedule, same setup, the DuPont schedule. And so what they would do is, I don't know if they do it like this now, but you would have a schedule out in the ops room, and then you have a second schedule in the supervisor's office. Okay. Now, on the ops schedule, I would be off for my week off. Like, hey, you off for this week? Cool. I print my schedule. Every time before I leave for my 7 days off, I print it off. And when you print something off, it has the date, the time, and all that shit on there. So I remember first time this happened, I was in New York. I went to New York because I'd never been in New York. I had a week off, and I said, okay, well, fuck it, I'm going to go to New York. So I'm in New York. They called me. It's like a fucking Tuesday morning. It's like, hey, Wells, where you at? I said, man, I'm in New York. What's going on? Hey, you supposed to be at work this morning. Why you not here at work? I said, supposed to be at work. I said, man, I'm off on my 7 days off. It was like, no, on this schedule here, you said you supposed to be here. You got forced out to work and all that. I said, oh no. I said, man, you got to put me down as sick or something. I said, there's no way I can get to work. So I'm in New York. So there was one incident. And when I got back, I talked to the supervisor about it. I said, hey man, look, on my schedule, I'm showing off. I said, well, the supervisor's schedule say this. I said, y'all not putting this shit out there. I said, that's on y'all. You know, I printed my stuff off before I left. And so that was one incident. So the second time is like months later. I was in California. They called me on a fucking like Thursday night. I mean, no, not Thursday night. It was like a Wednesday night. Because your 7 days off start on Friday and you go back to work the following Friday. So this is that Wednesday in between. They called me. I'm in California. And they like, hey, Wells, where are you? You supposed to be at work tonight. I was like, man, I know we ain't going through this shit again. I said, I'm off work. I said, man, I have my 7 days off. What is going on with the schedule thing? This time, I printed the supervisor schedule and the ops schedule. So I had two fucking schedules with me. They didn't know that I printed off both. But when I went in, so after that incident, I came back to work, same scenario. I showed them the schedule. Like, okay, hey, this is both schedules now. And it got the time and date and all that shit on there. And what they did, they penciled me in. Now, Chevron was a non-union site. So one of the things with non-union, they can do a lot of shit and not be held accountable for it. If I'm just being blunt, yeah, they can do a lot of shit and they don't have nobody to answer to because, you know, it's non-union. So it happened the second time, and I told them, I said, man, look, y'all guys, you know, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? This really not right. Now, granted, I could have went to HR the first time, and I could have went to HR the second time. Now, I didn't do it because one, I was very young. You know, I'm like 22 at the time. I really didn't know how the whole HR thing really worked. Also, too, I didn't want to cause a lot of turmoil in my area. You know, I was the type of worker that, look, man, I came in, I did my job, you know, and I go. You know, I went. You know, I actually enjoyed my time off. But yeah, they did that shit the second time, and then there was an incident at work, and another guy made a mistake in my area. Okay, now his mistake was critical because it fucked up some catalysts. Now, I never had a catalyst qualification. Okay. So when he fucked his catalyst up, they tried to pin it on me because my qualification was just setting up the actual products. So I control the valve with the catalyst, but the tanks above me, that was a different job. So what was fucked up, the catalyst was fucked up in the tanks. They thought that I rerouted the catalyst that came down and rerouted back up, which that didn't make no fucking sense. But anyway, they tried to blame it on me. So I got these two incidents of me not being at work because they called me, and this catalyst incident happened. So then we had this big HR meeting and all this shit. They pulled me in there, and I tell them, I said, man, one, I said, that's not even my job. Two, far as this call out shit, I said I got the schedules, and I had the schedules. I showed HR the schedules. So to me, it's like they were conspiring against me. So I said, you know what? They even gave me days off. They gave me like 3 days off with no pay, and so 3 days equals about almost a week when you look at the schedule, because your 3 days will fall, and you got some days off before then, you got some days off after. So they gave me 3 days off, no pay. So my check dropped down. I'm off work. They got shit in my file. I said, okay, you know what? I got to get away from these motherfuckers before one or two things happen. Number one, I just go off, and I hit a point to where I just don't care. Shit can get hectic. You talking about when you get to the point where you don't care, there's no telling what you would do. You might swing on somebody, you might snatch somebody up, you might say something. So I try to avoid all that. So since that incident, when they pulled all that shit up on me, and I had all the paperwork, and they still gave me the days off, I said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I just leave. No problem with me. So ever since that day, I just started looking for other jobs. And during my days off, I'll go test here, I'll go interview there, I'll go test here, interview there. Before you know it, I had like 4 or 5 offers because I had experience, I had a degree, I had the industrial fire certification, I had the hazardous training certification. So I had all these different certifications, experience, fucking plus my degree. And then also too, I interviewed very well. All this shit was adding up. So people was offering jobs left and right. So I had about 5 job offers, and I had I was going through them, and 3 of the offers were really good, but the schedules, I didn't like the schedule. So they ran that 2-3-3-2 schedule, which I got a video on that on my channel. I personally didn't like that schedule because I was used to having a week off, which helped me because I can go, visit my family in Mississippi for a week, or, go out of town or something like that. So 3 of the offers went off the table, and I had 2 offers left, and they had the same schedule. And so I looked at the pay, and I looked at the benefits, and so the pay and benefits was the same, but the difference was where I work now. It was a union, or it's a union site. So I said, you know what? I've done this non-union shit before. Let me just try the union site. And so also too, I called a friend of mine that worked where I work now, and I asked him, I said, man, how's this union shit work? Like, I said, well, this is how it works. He explained everything to me, how stuff goes down, and if something ever go down, they have to go through a certain process, and they got to review it so many times and all this. I said, okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. So I get away from this shit that I was dealing with over here. So all right, well, I chose this one, and so that's what made me switch to companies. Now, going back to Chevron. Now, Chevron was really a really good company to work for. They had really good fucking benefits. Pay was really good. We got all kind of incentives, man. We would get stuff like every quarter, every month. They had all these different trainings you can go to. And they'll pay you to go to it. So the only issue was my area and you know, the supervisor and just that little small group of older guys that were there. Now, all these guys are retired now. So, I don't know how it is now, but at the time, it was hectic like that for me. And I don't do hectic situations, especially not at work, especially with the money, man. You can't, like I tell y'all all the time, man, don't let nobody get in between you and the money, and I felt like they were trying to get in between me and the money. I don't know what it was, you know. It could have been fucking racism, They could have said, well, we don't like you because you fucking black, It could have been that, or I'm an outsider, what I'm saying? I'm from Mississippi, Everybody else from Texas, like who's this fucking outsider? Get him out of here. It could have been a lot of things. I don't know. I just know they was fucking with my money, so I just got away from there. Now, I'll tell anybody, you're not gonna have all good and all bad with any of these companies, but you have to go to where it's best for you. And for me, the best scenario is the money's good and y'all not fucking with my schedule. If you do them 2 things, all the other shit I don't really don't worry about. But that's where I'm at now. So where I'm at now, schedule's cool, money's cool. They really don't fuck with my schedule like that, and it's all good. But yeah, that's why I switched companies from Chevron to where I'm at now. And people switch companies all the time. There's people who leave where I'm at and they go work for Shell. You know, it's people who leave Shell to go work for fucking Exxon. People who leave Exxon to go work for you know, Phillips 66 or Valero or somewhere. You know, people move around for different reasons. You know, different benefits, different, you know, work environments. You know, you just gotta work wherever you comfortable at, man, and whatever is less hectic for you. So, you know, all these companies, guys, you know, if you get to a company, let's just say you go through the same shit I went through, or you go through something worse, you know, you find out, man, I really don't like this job. You know, this area is really not for me, and I don't like it. If you can stick it out for at least, I say at least 3 years, at least. So luckily for them, shit started unraveling around my third year. You know, it wasn't my first and second year. Everything was cool. It's about around my third year, shit started getting hectic. But if you can last about 3 years, especially if you have no experience, that 3 years of experience, try to get you some certifications, guys. Sign up for these trainings. Sign up for as much stuff as you possibly can. I know when I was at Chevron, man, I signed up for this valve class. Like they had a class over at the college where they pretty much went over every style of valve that would be in a refinery. And I got this certification on that. I got all this material on it, and it just helped me. You know, it helped me with my job. It helped me going forward. Um, I was able to use that in my interviews. You know, hey, I already have this type of training here. Uh, get all the shit that you can get from wherever company you work for. You know, because it will help you if you had to leave. You know, not to say that you want to leave, but if you had to, you know, you just never know what happens, man. You might run into somebody that that's really pushing your buttons every day at work, and in order for you not to really, you know, slap the shit out of them every day and get fired, you might have to move around. You know, you might have to, you know, try to move to a different unit, or you know, you might have to go to a different company, or it could be something good. Let's just say, you know, you working. You meet, you know, for my fellas, man, you know, we in Houston, you know, there's all kind of people here. You come through, you meet you a nice young lady, and man, you know, it might be, you know, y'all get together or whatever, and you know, y'all move, and you find a company near where y'all move to. You know, y'all might move to Arizona somewhere, or Nevada, or California, or Florida somewhere, and you find, okay, they got a chemical site out here, or you know, a little small natural gas plant. Now, when you got to transfer, it's easy to transfer, or it's easy to get on with the company because, okay, you got this certification, that certification, you got years experience, you know how the schedule works, you know how operations work. Then it's just a smooth transition. So, yeah, but that's why I personally change companies. Now, I think about it from time to time. You know, um, even back at home, you know, I had a job offer to work back at home in Mississippi, but I was already working here in Texas at the time. But I think about that. You know, I could have went back to Mississippi and started working there, but you know, everything happened for a reason, guys. It happened for a reason. So I went there, stayed there a couple of years, got my shit together, got all my certifications, and now I'm where I'm at now. And then, you know, popped off on the let's see what we got. Okay, T Garden, you say Olive Branch. Okay, yeah, I know where Olive Branch at. Yeah, cool, cool. And then JB, let's see, you have any investments you working on? Okay, I would say yeah, I do. Far as like the 401k and shit, that those investments are, you know, they working themselves. So far as the 401, I got you know, S&P 500, the Fidelity uh index fund, um, company stock, and then I got some bonds in there. It's just a nice little mix. Um, you know, kind of balance it out. Mostly stock, a couple bonds, things like that. Far as investing outside of work, I got YouTube. Like I'm doing this now. I just got to the point on YouTube to where I passed the watch hours and the subscribers to be monetized. So the channel is monetized as of now. So this is another investment. You know, I bought, you know, microphones. I'm in the process of getting a camera. I'm gonna get a camera soon, but right now I just use my phone. So I upgraded my phone to have at least this camera on the phone for now. Uh, I got certifications, guys, and personal training. So that was another investment that I did that it helps. You know, when people come to me and they want to, you know, get in shape and stuff, or lose a couple pounds for a wedding, or, you know, the bachelor party or whatever, or bachelorette party for the women, you know, whatever they want to lose the weight for, I can help them with that. And that's money that they'll pay me. So that certification has paid itself off. You know, I initially paid for it and it's paid itself back. Another investment, this home that's behind me, you know, this home has made some money. Let's see, explain how a pension works. Okay. All right, as I asked that question. Um, and then other investments, got just like investment in my health. You know, I got gym memberships and stuff like that to keep myself as healthy as possible. Right now, I'm hurt. I mean, not hurt, but recovering, so I can't really hit it like I want to. But that's other investments, and that's pretty much it, guys. Like, you know, get on YouTube and stuff. Oh, you know, I'm gonna have a book dropping soon, so that's another investment. You know, hopefully that does pretty well. You know, and people purchase the book. Also doing a course on, you know, getting the job itself too. You know, going into detail on that. And so far, that's the investments I have. Now, Alex, how the pension work? Honestly, I'm not too sure on how it works, but how I don't have the details to explain exactly how it works. But how it was explained to me is the pension every year they give you this sum of money that they put in this account, and it just grows over time. So, for example, you can get all those one arm push ups in. Oh, yeah. So, how I worked, I was, for example, it'll be okay. They put $1,000 in your pension, 2022. That $1,000 grows. They put $1,000 in 2023. Now that 2,000 grows, they put $1,000 in there, 2024, and that's how the pension works. And each year, I think they just put the same amount each year, but it's slowly growing as each year goes. Okay, it's not gonna be like your 401k where shit can spike up or spike down. It's just gonna be a constant, slow growth like that, kind of, as far as the pension. Um, For I hear sometimes like companies, you know, they get rid of pensions, or they give you the option to, they just stop it, like they stop putting money into it. Whatever's in it is just gonna continue to grow until you withdraw it, or like if a company shuts down or somebody buys them, and they give you the option like, hey, you got this money here. How do you want it? Do you want us to give it to you, or you want us to like put this over into a retirement account? You have to do something with this money. So that's that's what I know currently on pensions. This week I'll look more into it, and then I'll make a video on it after I educate myself more on the pension and how it works. But yeah, yep, man, this is actually a good experience. This this live for the first time, um, guys. Speaking of this live or this YouTube thing, uh, I suggest you guys, if you haven't made any videos, I know some of you got channels and stuff, man. Start making videos if you can. You just never know where it get to. I remember in January when I told him, I was like, you know, I was talking with myself, with my family, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna just try this YouTube thing out for real, for real. I'm just gonna make videos, you know, and at first you don't know what's gonna take off, you know, but you just talk about what you've experienced in your life. And it could be anything. You know, if you a dad, you know, if you a mom, if you a older sibling, if you work, you know, whatever job you have, you know, whatever type of education you have. Um, if you're an older guy, you got experience with life, so you could talk about how life was before the internet, you know, how it is now. Um, it's just so much that you can cover on YouTube, and you will, people will find your videos. And next thing you know, your subscriber count gonna grow. Next thing you know, depending on what you talk about, people start sending you emails and sending you comments and, hey man, this helped me. You know, this helped me do this. This helped me achieve this, and I'm able to do this. I understand this better now. You know, all of that just from, you know, cutting this camera on. Let's see. Thanks, T. Wells. I appreciate the info. Got an interview coming with Valero. They offer their pension. Okay, nice. Congratulations. And man, good luck in that interview. You know, rewatch the interview videos. Make sure you clean yourself up if you got a beard. And man, I wish you the best. You know, hopefully you come back after you get that offer and say, hey man, I got the offer. You know, we all good. Now you're getting to that money. That's really what I want to see everybody do, man. I want to see all of y'all, you know, especially if you come in here, you know, moving to Houston and you trying to change your life and stuff. I really want to see y'all make good money, which is like 6 figures. And it is possible to do. Um, I do it. People I know do it. I've seen people do it before me. I've seen people do it after me. People in oil and gas do it. People in the medical field do it. People who have nothing to do with both industries do it. So, you know, if you really want to make this type of money, you can work. You know what I mean? You just have to work for it. That's just it. Hell, guys, I don't know if y'all ever been here, but they got these gas stations, these big ass gas stations. They're called Buc-ee's. Guys, at Buc-ee's, I think they're paying them. Buc-ee's employees, I think, making like, I don't know, $18 an hour or something, 15, 18, whatever, some in that range, you know, just starting off. But even that, if you were to hit it at the gas station, you know, you can get your money up, you know, and take that money and do something else, you know, and build upon that. But in my opinion, this state here has the most opportunity to make 6 figures from what I see, from what I've experienced. Even my first time coming here, man, I ran into people who work in the, you know, like in that nightlife type thing. Oh, 32 for a manager? Oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about buckets? Yeah, man, listen. So, yeah, think about that. A damn, you can make 100,000 working at a gas station, guys. But not only that, I've seen people work in the nightlife make 6 figures. You know, these are just, you know, bartenders and shit like that. Um, DJs, promoters. I mean, it's all kind of ways to make the money out here, you know, but you gonna have to show up for it. So that's the, I guess that's the separating factor with most of this stuff, man. Most people really don't, they don't want to show up to actually work, you know. And you're not gonna get anything not showing up. That's just, it is what it is. That's with anything in life, you know, regardless if you're trying to make money or not, or you know, if you want a better body, you gotta show up to the gym. You gotta show up for that. Hell, relationships. If you want a better relationship or whatever, you gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put some effort in. But yeah, this state here, man, is one of the ones I was like, dang, man. Especially coming from where I'm from, you know, Mississippi. It's you know, I love Mississippi. I always love it. But here, you just have so many opportunities, you know, to work so many different jobs, you know, and create so much for yourself. And it's life changing, guys. Don't let anybody tell you that uh, 6 figures isn't enough. That's a damn lie. It is enough. Okay. I am living proof of it. All right. You, I'm. When you make this type of money, you can do one or two things. You can blow it all, and it won't feel like you're making 100,000 a year, or you can, be smart with it, and now you can kind of live more comfortably. You know. So yeah, Miss Texas, I was there for the Air Force San Antonio. Oh yeah. Charles, I don't know if you're still in the military or not, but thanks for your service, man. Joining the military and stuff. I got a few partners of mine. They went through the Air Force, and they made something out themselves, and served the country at the same time. But yeah, back to the money thing, guys. I can't explain this to y'all enough how much more comfortable life is now than what it was before making six figures a year. You know, it feels good. And I would just take something simple like putting gas in a damn truck. Okay. For me to fill my truck up is about roughly $70, on average. I remember a time when I was filling up my Chevy Cruze. This is a fuel efficient car. I remember times where I would have to check my account to make sure I got at least, $50, $60 in there. Also, I'll be kind of thinking like, okay, let me just put my car on half a tank, because I'm thinking about this money because I'm not making nowhere near six figures. Now, let's fast forward to now. Guys, I get in my truck. If I need gas in my damn truck, I just go to the pump. I put my card in there. I don't even hesitate. I just put it in there. I fill it all the way up. Every time, I fill it all the way up. Now, most people will look at that like, oh man, well that don't mean shit. You know how many people can't fill up their damn tank of gas in their vehicle because they don't make enough money? It's things like this that kind of, it's somewhat kind of pissed me off when people try to downplay six figures a year. I really don't. I get it. You got millionaires out here, especially online. Everybody a fucking millionaire on YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff. But they be downplaying 100,000 like it's not a lot of money, guys. Like I say, filling up a tank of gas comfortably without even thinking about it feels good, guys. Going to the grocery store, I don't have to sit here and check my account anymore for damn groceries. This is just basic living stuff. You know, um, shit like repairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember on my truck, I popped one of my tires. You know, and tires for a truck are roughly like $200 to $300 a tire. Good tires. Even when it's time to change tires, guys, I'm able to get all four tires changed at one time. And this is all due to what I make. Now, do I have a private jet and all that shit? No, I don't. You know, am I eating 5-star restaurants every day? No, I don't. You know, but the basic living stuff is comfortable, guys. This house that's fucking behind me, you know, if it gets cold, I can cut the heat on. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of the energy bill, even if the energy bill shoots up, during the summertime it gets hot as hell down here. Your energy bill gonna be like $300 or more. Guess what, guys? With the type of money that I make, which is not $1,000,000, but when you get to that six-figure range, you can take care of your necessary living stuff without stressing about it. Y'all see it? Y'all see it on camera. I wish I would have got on YouTube as I was transitioning out of the poor class to, I guess my income would put me at middle class or upper middle class, somewhere in there. I know it's not rich, but let's see. What would you say be enough to make your wife a stay-at-home mom wife? Okay. It's a good question. Let's see. Let me go back to that. What was enough? Okay, so JB, for enough a year, enough money per year for your wife, man, I would say if you make about 150 a year, you should be good. And that's uh you can make that with my type of job. You make that. That's roughly what if I work overtime and all this stuff, I can make 150 a year. Um, your wife can be a stay at home, and also too, you don't have to make that much, but 6 figures for sure. You need to be making 100,000 a year for your wife to stay at home. And the benefit of your wife staying at home, if she not blowing all your damn money, if she got some sense, if she listens to you, okay, her staying at home, if y'all got kids, this saves on daycare. Daycare is expensive out here, guys. Shit. Just over here where I live, daycare is running at least 300 or 400 a week per child. That's $1,200 a month for one kid. You know. Um. Also, too, if she's staying at home, if she's doing stuff like keeping the home very efficient. Like with food and stuff. If y'all not eating out as much, and she got food and stuff ready for you and the family, that saves. So even though you're only bringing your one source of income in, um, what she's doing at home is making that income uh, work efficiently. You know. Now, that's the best case scenario. Now let's say worst case scenario, because in my job, I have guys like this who have the worst of the worst. They work and they work a lot, like a whole bunch of overtime. You're talking like making 175 a year. Their wives are spending money like fucking crazy. But it's on them. This is the woman they chose. This is their house. I'm just going by what they tell me or what they complain about. Now, that 175 that you make in a year may not seem like a lot if your wife is going shopping every fucking day or buying everything on fucking Amazon.com, and you got damn a pile of packages every time you come home. The money you bringing in really isn't being used efficiently because it's being spent. And this is somebody who has nothing to do at home, you know. But realistically, man, if you was making 100,000, average household income here in Texas is I think it's about 60 something. So you making a little more than that, you can be able to, if you got a partner that listens to you and stuff like that, you should be able to take care of everything. It shouldn't really be a problem. Now, you would want your wife to do something, in my opinion. If she got any kind of skill or anything, I wouldn't let it go to waste. But if y'all got kids or something, man, if she's raising those kids and taking care of the kids to where you don't have to do daycare, that's enough. Instead of taking $1,200 out your house, you keep it at $1,200 in your house. So, my opinion, at least 100,000. Now, some people do it with less, but to be comfortable and still be able to do trips and all the other shit, pay for sports and all that, you need to be making 100,000 a year. If not, she can do something. I mean, hell, the gas stations, you can make at least what's $15 an hour times 40 hours a week. Not even 40 hours, but 20 hours a week. Let's do the quick math. Let's see, 10, 150, 300. You make $300, $500, $300 to $500 a week working part-time at the gas station. It ain't nothing. But yeah, no problem, JB. Anytime. But yeah, guys, yep. You know what? Let's talk about the spouse thing, shit, since we already on the topic, or a spouse or dating or whatever. With this type of job, guys, whoever you with or you decide to date or whatever, the main thing that you need to cover with them is your schedule. Now, the divorce rate in this industry is high as hell. Okay, you talking normal divorce rate is 50%. Shift workers, so this anybody that work shift, like work night shift, 12-hour shifts, whatever, is about 70%. Okay, roughly. Might be a little higher. And that's due to the time, guys. So when you working 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., you coming home, let's just say your wife works. She's leaving the house at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. She's not coming back till, 4 or 5, and then you're going to work. So y'all not really spending time with each other like that, you know? And then that causes friction, and then that's when things go south. But, if you got somebody, that's not working, or they're working and, they understand the schedule, they understand the shift work, and, that you need rest and you need to recover and all that stuff, then it can work as far as the relationship and dating type thing, you know. But, the other thing too, guys, with the dating, you gotta make sure you got somebody with some sense. Now, it's been incidents where people pop up in the parking lot. We got parking lots where guests can come in. I remember this how it used to be. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but I remember when I first started working. It's this guy. He's dating around. Had him a couple ladies around, whatever, and one of them popped up on him. At work, we're getting off work, go to his truck. Hey, she there. And I was like, hey, this is kind of crazy to me. I'm young, I'm about 20, 21 at the time. I was like, what in the hell is going on? But he had a couple issues. So make sure if you're dating and stuff, everything, you keep all that shit, away from the job. Because the last thing you want is to be arguing or it get physical in that parking lot. And there's cameras and stuff everywhere. And you do not want to throw away your job, guys. Like I say, don't let nobody get in between you and the money. I don't care if you're dating them, family, whoever, co-workers. Don't let nobody get in between you and the money. All right? Oh, well, guys, been on here for a while. Look, I enjoyed y'all this morning. We're going to try it again probably tomorrow morning or every morning if I can until I go back to work. But y'all have a good day, man. Have a good week. I will get with you guys tomorrow. Peace.